So another pretty good episode of Star Trek Prodigy. As always, I'm Al, this is the Geek in Review. I'm going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 13, so if you haven't seen it, this will contain spoilers. And yeah, a pretty good episode this week, not as amazing as the Borg one. There's a lot of sort of fun things and Easter eggs, and I think it's really well handled compared to the way that Lower Decks does it, because it does it in a similar fashion. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments below, and like and subscribe, so let's get to it. So the Diviner's on the Dauntless talking in his sleep specifically about the protostar, but he doesn't seem to recognise that Janeway and all these other people are Starfleet, so I wonder what's going to happen when he does click on to his surroundings and who he's with. Again, I think this could be a sort of time loop, that him going back in time caused Starfleet or the Federation to meet his people earlier than they were ready for, but that's just a theory and we're going to have to wait and see. But we do learn that Chakotay was taken prisoner, but not much else, so I suppose we're going to get to that later on in the season as well. And we do get a callback to episode 10 with the Denobulant from the comm station, so Janeway's on the way to pick him up, so she's on the trail of the protostar, and yet she's going to start putting all this together towards season finale, no doubt. But meanwhile, the gang are a little knocked back that they can't go to Federation space due to the weapon on board, so they're on their own, but again, they're deciding to do the Guardians of the Galaxy thing and help people out Starfleet style. And they receive a distress call, sort of, and they beam down onto this planet and meet two Starflight, yes, I said Starflight, I know it's hard to understand in my accent, guys called Sulu and James T. And yeah, these guys popped up in the trailer and it did raise a lot of questions. A lot of people thought it was going to be linked to the Enterprise episode The Communicator, but man, there's a bit of a backstory on this and they don't keep it too complicated, so I really liked it, but I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, the protostar doesn't have any record of contact with people on these planets, despite this guy doing a better Kirk impression than the new one on Strange New Worlds. But we do get the backstory of how they idolise Starfleet and the Enterprise crew so much. Basically, a red shirt ensign got left behind and stranded on the planet on a mission, so these natives adopted Starflight or the Enterprise and all the sort of other things that they get right but they get wrong as their way of life. So yeah, they've built their own starship that goes nowhere and they're playing make-believe, but as Dal points out, the crew of the protostar are doing exactly the same thing and pretending to be in Starfleet and go on missions. It's just they've got a bloody great starship that lets them do it. And also, did this whole civilization remind you of the kids from Mad Max 3, or was that just me? But as always, there's a catch. There's a beast in the woods that they need to help deal with and a mystery sickness that Dal catches. So a curse, a beast and some Starfleet cosplayers. This episode is packing a lot in, but I really like the pace and let's say I like the delivery and the setup, and I like that they're kind of doing the Lower Decks humour as well, but in their own unique way. But I did think the episode wasn't the best up until the reveal of what the Beast or Gallows is. I'm not going to ruin it if you've not seen the episode, but I thought it was a really clever twist. And yeah, them leaving tech behind that can mess with the locals is a great idea, and I said they've done it before in Enterprise when Reed left his communicator on a planet in the episode, well, Communicator. And I thought it was smart of them to give us some lore that included the Enterprise crew but didn't mess with canon for all the canon fanatics out there. But if you have seen the episode, what did you think of the reveal of the Beast and Gallows? I really liked it, but as always, let me know what you think in the comments below. The other part of the episode where the gang needs to get saved by the locals was okay. I liked the Hollow Bridge console, and the ship flying around the planet, as always, looked phenomenal. Because it was a fun ep, and it had some really good ideas about how, Starfleet's space exploration could have some unforeseen side effects. And the comedy with James T and the rest did work. It wasn't a little too heavy for me. I can understand if it was for some people. But yeah, the episode was pretty good, but it was just okay, which is fine. Last week's episode was solid, and not every week has to build on the overarching story of the season, We know that Janeway's after them, we know we're going to get revealed, the Diviner's in place, so it's all going to kick off. But I hope not every week's going to be like this, with the crew are beaming down to the planet to save an alien, sort of the save of the week thing. It could get pretty repetitive pretty quickly. And there's still loads of questions that need to get answered. And I like that this episode is maybe taking a week off. Not every episode, let's say, does have to answer the big question or have the next big setup. It's all part of the ride, even if this isn't the most exciting part. And yeah, let's talk about the ending. What's going on with Murph? I think he's evolving, as at the moment he doesn't really do anything, so adding a new voice to the crew and the dynamics could keep the show interesting, and it probably gives him a new toy to sell somewhere along the way as well. But as always, this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is still my favourite Star Trek show by a long mile, and I'm looking forward to it. But I want to know what you guys think about theories, what's going on with Dal, what's going on with the Diviner, and where is Chakotay. If you've made it this far, please leave a like in the video and subscribe to the channel. It's just one small click for you, but it means the world to me. My name's Al, thanks for watching.